We'll get started on our backs tonight. So props are always welcomed, never required. And just coming to your back, you could lay over a prop if you like, or flat on your back. Let the knees fall out wide into a reclined butterfly, and just on your way down, maybe one elbow at a time, making your way comfortably to your back. Soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Feel the hips begin to open. There might be a little bit of lift of the low back off the ground. And shrug the shoulders slightly down, away from the ears. Let palms rest face up to receive, or face down to let something go. And feeling your weight just rooting into the ground. Becoming still and quiet. Observing any sensations that stand out to you. And just noticing, perhaps noticing an absence of sensation. And beginning to notice the breath, feeling the air move through your body. Observing the rise and fall of the belly. And rise and fall of the chest. Taking notice of how you're breathing, if it's exclusively from the nose, a combination of nose and mouth, or exclusively from the mouth. However it feels most comfortable to you to breathe, I invite you to continue to do so. And also slow that breath down, soothing the nervous system. Together, we'll take a deep inhale, fill up. And deep clearing exhale. Let something go. And once more, inhaling, fill up like you. And deep exhale. Slowing it down with a 6 count, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continuing like that in your mind. Or simply feeling the breath slow down. Knowing you can always come back to that 6 count breath in our practice at any time the mind begins to wander, or if you lose the breath. Acknowledging that this is a practice and we can reset at any time. We will hold postures between 2 and 5 minutes tonight, truly letting you receive and work with gravity. And in yin yoga, this is considered a lunar energy that we use as opposed to a very active athletic practice with a higher energy, solar energy. I invite you to explore the idea of lunar energy being something that illuminates things in your life. Noticing anything that stands out to you in your practice tonight. And without changing the hands, I invite you to visualize something you want to call in. Flip the palms to the sky as a gesture to receive. And visualize what you're calling in, coming in to open palms. And wrapping up your thought, place one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. And connecting what you're calling in into the heart space and into the power space, the heart space, over your chest, and core, belly being a place of power, and both places of intuition. Continuing to feel the body rooting down, hips opening, shoulders softening. And let the tongue fall from the roof of the mouth. Keep a part between the teeth if you notice you're clenching your teeth at any time. Begin to notice how you approach silence tonight, just observing if the mind is racing, avoiding the quiet, or just gracefully easing into it. Letting any noise in the space that you're in, near and far, just wash over you. Let it be a meditative experience, not chasing any sounds, acknowledging just any distraction and coming right back to the breath. And slowly remove the hands from the heart and the belly, bring them to your side. Reach the arms up overhead, take a big morning stretch. You can cactus the arms or reach the hands long behind you and begin to straighten the legs, maybe one leg at a time. Let the legs go long in front of you. Point the toes. And gently draw the hands by your sides. And draw the left knee towards the left glute. Then we'll send that left leg up and over the right leg, grounding the shoulders for a supine twist. Option to look over the left shoulder. And you might place a pillow or a bolster under the left leg. Option to keep a bend in the knee or straighten the leg out to the side. And really let the twist happen from the core. Wringing out the day. And a block or a pillow can be nice as opposed to a bolster, maybe a laundry basket or stack of clothing, stack of blankets, anything that you can get creative with to just support the lift of the hip and the twist. Make any micro adjustments that are calling to you. Maybe the hand comes to the thigh. And soften the face. And coming into stillness and quiet. Feeling the layers of tissue and fascia soften. Letting yourself relax, just announce more anywhere you can, maybe your pinky toe. Noticing if you're gripping or clenching anywhere. Seeing just how much you can slow down Can we move any slower in a good way? Beginning to notice sensations change and evolve through the body, noticing any rumbles in the stomach, maybe any expand, maybe more length in the twist with the leg going further to your right, feeling length in the lower abdominals, and perhaps feeling sensation release in the low back. Feeling the neck release if you dropped the ear to the side. And slowly we'll send that left leg up and over. Send the left leg long. Roll your head back to gaze up at the ceiling or keep eyes closed. Then draw the right heel towards your right glute. Right knee comes up and over the left leg, stacking hips directly right over left. Keeping shoulders grounded, maybe you cactus the arms or keep arms at a T. Let the hands rest wherever it's calling to you on this side. And perhaps you straighten the leg or place a prop underneath the thigh or the calf, just helping to bring a grounding sensation, support of the stack of the hips. And if you took the twist on the other side, dropping the ear to gaze over the shoulder, do so on this side, evening yourself out. And if it causes any discomfort, just draw your cervical spine, your face to center, keeping a neutral spine. Knowing you can always come out or deepen your posture. And surrender into your variation. Making any last little micro adjustments. Sinking right back into your stillness. And coming back to your breath, if you find yourself drifting away, thoughts carrying you elsewhere, and slowly send that right leg up and over. Take that big morning stretch once more. And keeping arms overhead, you'll cross the left ankle over right. Grab the left wrist with your right hand, anchor the left hip down, and arc the upper body towards the right of your space. Getting a nice side body stretch in for banana asana. Shoulders stay grounded. Option to release the grip, cactus the arms. And perhaps you crawl the shoulders further to the right, keeping the side body stretch, finding your depth of comfort. And adding on to our neck release, you can drop one ear to the side. Letting gravity take hold. And noticing if you want to continue deepening the arc in the side body. Anchor that left hip. Using the inhale for length. And arcing, crawling a little further on your exhale. And just surrendering right into your angle, your edge, where it's still breathable without discomfort. And observing anywhere in the body that sensation stands out to you. Allow yourself to relax just an ounce more. Slowly crawl the shoulders back to center. Keep your hands around the head. Uncross the ankles, switch the cross right over left. And left hand grabs right wrist. Pull up out of the waist, anchor the right hip down, arc the side body towards the left. Maybe crawl shoulders, stay where you are if you'd rather. Crawl shoulders to the left side if you're going for a deeper arc. And feel this lateral side bend on the floor, long spine, pulling up out of the waist, finding your edge, and then maybe releasing the grip, finding cactus arms or haloing arms around the head. If you took the neck release on the other side, I invite you to do so on this side unless it causes any discomfort. Dropping the ear to the side. You can draw the elbows closer to the waist or reach hands further around the head, finding an angle that feels comfortable and sustainable. Getting out any last wiggles. And just observing side to side any differences that stand out to you. letting your human banana shape soften, ripen, laying comfortably. You won't turn into an actual banana. And allowing yourself to soften anywhere, just a teeny tiny bit more. And slowly making your way to center, reach the arms long, uncross the ankles, and draw the knees into the chest for a child's pose variation on your back. As a transition, you'll take forearms around the shins, knees together. Hands can be on forearms or opposite elbows, below the knees. Shoulders are grounded as much as possible. And begin to feel the back lowering, the hips lowering. One day, the full spine may be flat on the ground with practice. Feeling a slight compression in the belly. And gently release the legs. We're going to come into a supported bridge. If you have props at home, we'll place it under the sacrum, a stack of pillows, cushions, or a block. And if you don't have anything to use as a prop, I invite you to bring the knees together and send the feet to the outside of your mat, low back sealed to the ground for a back release. Feeling that low back release, little to no weight in your neck. And if you're taking the supported bridge, knees track forward, toes track forward, 2 fists between the thighs or knees. And you'll have arms at your side. Feel the low back on the ground. You can tilt the pelvis a few times. Inhaling, press the hips up, and then slide the block under the sacrum, fleshy part, top of your butt. And relax. There should be no discomfort. You might wiggle it a little bit until you feel that you can stay still, strong and supported. And perhaps you flip the palms to the sky or send arms overhead. And breathe. And if you're absolutely craving a bridge pose and not using any props, you're welcome to take bridge for as many breaths as is comfortable to you. It will be more of an active posture without a prop underneath you. And if you're taking the unsupported bridge, Hold it for only a few seconds or as long as you're comfortable, but allowing yourself to rest as well. Coming back into the position with the knees together and the feet outside of your mat if you do take that unsupported variation. And feeling the breath, feeling length in the body. And keeping a neutral spine here. And gently, if the arms are overhead, send them by your sides, palms down. Snuggle the shoulders slightly in. And we'll lower down from the supported bridge. Very slowly, one vertebrae at a time. You can take the prop from underneath you, press the hips up to create space to do so. Place the palm back down and slowly lower one vertebrae at a time. Tilt your pelvis forward and back a few times. And we'll gently take a supine figure 4, hooking the right ankle above the left knee, up on the thigh, press the right knee away from you. Option to send that left heel towards the glute. Hands can relax anywhere that feels comfortable to you. Letting gravity open the hips, releasing the low back, and still feeling some release in the core here. Feeling that right knee pressing away. Make any last adjustments for now, knowing you can always adjust again. And relax into your shape. You are also welcome to take this at a wall with the left leg long and straight up the wall, low back still flat against the ground. Noticing if you've lost the breath or if you began clenching the jaw, part the teeth, coming back to that 6-count breath at any time. And slowly, gently, option to take a twist. If you would like, you can send the legs to the left, letting the sole of the right foot come down to the ground or on top of a block or a box, maybe a pillow, any kind of prop. The left foot will be on the edge or top of the foot. Sole of the left foot facing to the side. Continuing to press the right knee away, letting gravity guide it. Feeling the hip release, abdominal release. Back grounded, shoulders grounded. And if you take this twist at the wall, ensure you have enough space for the foot to come down. You might scoot just a smidge, honoring safe sensation in the body, not worrying about what it looks like, trusting your depth, your shape changes day to day, and that what feels best to you in this moment serves you. Allowing the release to be progressive. And allowing yourself to make any little adjustments as you need. And slowly we'll send the right knee into the air, keeping the right foot above left knee comes up, sole of the left foot seals to the ground, lower the right foot down. You can windshield wiper the knees side to side a few times. And switching sides, we'll hook the left ankle above the right knee, let the left knee fall away from you, feel the low back against the ground. Maybe scoot the right heel closer to your glute. And observing the difference side to side here. Feeling the lengthen the abdominals, feeling the hip open, feeling the low back ground, arms grounded, neck soft, head soft. And relaxing into your posture. And if you took this at a wall on the other side, I invite you to do so on this side as well. And a kind reminder to straighten that right leg. You can bend into the right knee if you're at the wall, but you may need to scoot back away from the wall, using the foot against the wall, still letting that left knee fall away from you. And trusting any sensations that don't feel good in your body is a sign to back off. Trusting your process, having patience in the process. And wherever you are, take a deep inhale, fill up. And deep exhale. Coming back into that quiet. And if you did so on the other side, take a twist, letting the legs fall to the right, maybe letting the left foot fall on top of a prop before the ground, snuggling that right foot a little towards the midline of your mat, letting the right knee come down. A block on the low setting under the foot can be really comforting and grounding here. Foot all the way down to the ground, equally nice, just depending how tight your hips are, quads are. You might have the heel lifted off the ground and the ball of the foot making contact. You can always snuggle that right foot closer to the hips, the glutes. Being mindful of any discomfort in the knees. And relaxing into it. Allowing yourself to soften just 1% more, teeny tiny bit. Letting go of effort, letting go of force, letting go of any expectation. Just being and breathing. Letting the day go. Making any little adjustments and resettling into your stillness, knowing we are not statues. And as the body releases, you make adjustments to accommodate the space you've created. Making any tiny adjustment allows you to relax instead of hyper-fixating. Letting an act of stillness still be very much alive, observing the breath and the coming and going of any thoughts. And gently we'll roll over the edge of the right foot so the sole of the right foot comes flat to the ground. Left knee pops into the air, right knee pops into the air. Unhook the left ankle from the thigh. Let knees fall left and right if you like, windshield wipering as a transition. And then slowly let the knees fall to one side. Then we'll make our way over to the belly, facing the back of your space. Come up onto forearms. Draw the heart forward, shoulders are over the elbows, navel just above the ground. Feel the heart lift, draw shoulders back, broaden the collarbone. Coming into Sphinx pose. Just a little bit of transition here. We won't hold this as long. And feeling the breath. Just a little back bend here. Little heart opener. And perhaps you revisit what you wanted to call in. Feeling the energy opening in your heart space. Feeling this expansion. And then gently lower down, forehead comes down. Cactus the arms. And drop the right ear to gaze left. Coming into half frog, you'll glide the right knee towards the right elbow. Maybe a blanket under the knee. Hands can also come under the head. And moving the knee towards the elbow, keeping the knee low to the ground, just a nice gentle glide. Letting the floor press against the belly, a nice grounding, soothing, compressive feeling. A nice counter to the release and stretch we felt in the abdominals on our back. And feeling how the ground supports the opening of the hip. And with one ear down, the neck continues to release. Forehead can also be down. Feeling yourself grounding. Universe rising up to meet you with each breath. And body going heavier and heavier. You may feel the floor against the psoas on the left side, a nice little bit of compression and massage just with gravity here against the floor. And for anyone who sleeps in this posture or a similar shape, I invite you to come back to that 6-count breath as a way of staying present. And as you hold this shape, perhaps you feel expansion and feel called to adjust yourself, maybe changing the shape of the arms or gliding the knee closer to the elbow. And slowly gliding that right knee away from the elbow, toes meet at the back of the mat. If you dropped one ear to the side, switch sides, dropping left ear to the right, to gaze right. And keeping the left knee low to the ground, bending into the knee, maybe placing a blanket under the knee. We'll glide that left knee towards left elbow. Elbow and knee do not need to touch. Notice here if you want hands under your head, gazing to the side or forehead down. And feel how this side differs from the other side, feeling compression from the floor against the belly. the thigh, psoas, and soften your shoulders. Let the heart melt towards the ground. And let the full body release. Feeling a long, neutral spine. Slight curve or twist if you have one ear down in the cervical spine. Feeling yourself heavier and heavier, grounding. Body heavy into the ground, energy getting lighter and brighter. And if your hands begin to fall asleep under the head, you can always separate the hands or slide them apart. Maybe keeping the head on the diamond shape between index fingers and thumbs. Soften the shoulders if you feel the shoulders hunching up towards the ears or the ceiling. And let yourself surrender just a teeny tiny bit more. And slowly we'll glide the left knee away from the left elbow. Toes point at the back of your space of your mat, or top of your mat rather. And pressing yourself gently, slightly up to roll back onto your back. Coming into your final resting shape. I invite you to take any shape of your choosing. And if you're near a wall, I offer you the shape of legs up the wall. Maybe legs come out wide or straight up. A traditional Shavasana with legs long and arms long at your side can be very nice after all the length we've created. And if you want something more awakening, I invite you to come sit upright in a meditative seat or take any other posture that's calling to you. Whatever you choose, make your way there now. And if you want legs up the wall, I'll demo, which is really scooting up close against the wall as much as you can. Low back to the ground, you'll just kind of spin the legs a little bit, booty against the wall. Hamstrings and legs, calves, full legs against the wall. You might have to hike the hips up a little bit, being mindful of any materials that are fragile. Low back seals to the ground. You can always put a blanket under the low back. Adjust any clothing that might be uneven. And legs are straight up, or you can draw soles of the feet together for the butterfly shape, or legs out wide, finding your shape, letting gravity do the rest, relaxing hands. If you take legs out wide at the wall, ensure toes are straight out, so straight or slightly in, low back flat. There might be a slight lift, allowing yourself to fully relax here. Make any last adjustments or changes of shape if you feel unsettled. And resting into the shape of your choosing. Let the eyelids flutter heavy, maybe letting just a sliver of light peek through. And taking the deepest inhale you've taken all day. Inhale, fill up. And exhale, let something go. These next few minutes are yours in silence. Enjoy this active rest. My voice will gently guide you out. Shavasana. And slowly, if you're ready to move on with your night, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Otherwise, stay resting as long as you desire. For those moving on, rock your head side to side. And gently make your way to laying on your side, using your forearm as a pillow or an actual pillow. Feeling this energetic transition. Observing the change from when we began to now, observing sensation through the body, in the mind, and in the breath. And if you're truly moving on, without hurry, press yourself up with your hands to a comfortable seat. You are welcome to stay on your side if you'd rather. Coming up carefully, noticing anything that stands out in the body different from when we began in this movement. Feeling the lower body root down, settling, and slowly awakening. Inhaling, sending palms up overhead, reach up. And exhaling, draw your hands to heart center, thumbs to your sternum. I invite you to revisit whatever you may have called in at the beginning of practice or in the middle. Feel the energy through your heart space. And if nothing came to mind, perhaps something that you're calling in comes and meets you in your dreams tonight or greets you when you wake. May this energy stay with you through the night, through your dreams, and greet you in the morning. Thank you for sharing your practice with me, and showing up for yourselves is truly an honor. Together we bow. Namaste.